Hey everybody, welcome back to Legacy's Allure, episode 4, where we are...
Episode 4.
Round 3, episode 4, indeed. So we are just readying up our armies here. It's Gath versus Arengard, and there's still a lot going on.
When does he take this 1 damage from burning?
Right now.
Right now, okay. So we remove the burning and transfer it into a damage.
Indeed.
Okay, that's me first.
Chris has taken the lead for play.
Indeed I have.
Order.
And that is why... Oh, I've just seen a reason... Oh, dear.
And we're back at it, guys.
Well, no, I think I just realised why I shouldn't have done what I did at the end of the last episode. But I did it now. Which is most disappointing.
So I valued going first enormously, and then when I was sat there on my hardly earned first turn of the third round, I immediately didn't want it anymore. So this game does to you, folks.
Oh boy, I can't wait for my turn.
I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do, obviously, but now I've seen. Now I'm like, this isn't because that's going to happen. I think I probably should have killed him. But then you'd be about to do something nasty to me, so who bloody knows? So I think I'll just do this then. I think I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
Which is 4 damage, kills him because he has 3 damage plus 1 for his Sunblade sword.
Yep, this is true.
He occupies the space and he exhausts. Okay, good. I'm pleased now that I did that. Oh yes, we established
there
the
is a slight importance to the direction in which you tap, which is always your right, just because if you're playing a mirror match against another player, they'll tap then in the opposite direction to you, so you can't confuse
and
the same
also
cards.
these would be like this, then probably,
Yeah, well,
right.
Exactly, so when you tapped right, yeah. So obviously we're playing slightly differently. So I think now that you've done that, it's made my opening move clear, which is the Minotaur is going to move in here and then, well, actually it doesn't matter where he goes. Charge the Knight to kill him.
Crap. Oh well.
Well, it was kind of 2 bad choices, right? If you didn't kill Craig, you're going to lose your Archer or your Priest.
Yeah.
But,
It's all...
Or your Tactician. Craig could have actually left, and then Tristan would be standing there.
It's just all a nightmare.
It's a waking nightmare. Yeah, so Tristan kills the Wyvern there then. And...
Yeah, that's definitely what I was clearly much more interested in making sure the Wyvern didn't get to act than the Grunt. I basically give you... I basically make the decision I'm willing to give you the Archer and then kill the Grunt in exchange for being able to kill the Wyvern before the Wyvern acts.
Yeah.
And perhaps that was a mistake. If it was, then the thing is, like what I said earlier on, when you move that Wyvern back, it was as much a psychological victory for you as it was a mechanical victory for you. And if that was a tactical blunder, then I did it. It was because you made me panic.
Yeah, it's just like the threat of the Knights right at the start, when you didn't act with them for the whole round, and I just had to sit dealing with the fact that they could charge me at any moment the whole time.
Right, and I think Pegs has probably killed him now.
I mean, I think that makes sense. I'd like to have more turns with Carthul, please.
Do I want to go... How do I do this? 1, 2, 3... He could actually do that. So you're dead. Let's just do a little material exchange tally here. I'd be interested to know, because I feel like I've kind of lost all knowledge. I think 38 I've killed yours. If my maths... Sorry, you've killed me, rather.
So you've got 11 from my hero. There's 24, 32, 38, and 42 you've killed.
So it's very close.
So I think I need to kill this Archer, or else this is going to be a huge problem. So I shall kill the Archer with my Grunt.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. And then, I mean, ultimately, I want to kill this, right? I want to get my revenge. So yeah, I'll buff this guy. +1 damage.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
Suddenly, we're quicker.
Yeah, well... I think I'm just going to activate the Vesuvian Archer and shoot the Pegasus. Oh god, no, actually, do you know what? I'm not going to do that. It's stupid. This is absolutely clutch. I'm sorry, this is so important. I'm going to attack him with the Troll Doctor for 1 damage. Okay, you.
In case I heal him, right?
Because, yeah, that priest, I should have killed that priest. But then the lightning guy would just be like...
I kind of wish you had.
Yeah, I can't tell you how frustrating that priest is.
That's locked in now, right?
Yeah, I will lock that in.
Healing you is like basically pointless now, unless I'm very much mistaken.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did that. Because if you heal him now, he'll still die from the archer's shot before you can heal him again.
You just got too many tanky dudes, though, is the problem.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm still sweating, and I think I have good reason to still be sweating.
Gonna move this swordsman to here.
And then you're finished.
It's your turn now.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna kill the Pegasus with the archer.
And then I'm going to kill this guy because he's buffed. So it does 4 damage. Take no retaliation damage.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at the board state now, it looks like it wasn't. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, right? I'm actually I'm a piece up. I'm a unit up. I don't know what the material situation is right now, but I'm a unit up anyway. Albeit with you have 1 more unit to act with, and I also do. Although it's not an aggressive unit. But overall, I feel, considering how devastating, when you got that the wyvern in the back and then backed him up and kind of reinforced him with that grunt pushing in from the front, you were basically pincer moving me. I feel that ultimately I managed to de-escalate that in a semi-satisfactory way. I managed to clear out my back lines, and now we're moving it back to move it to round 4 with a fairly even Stevens kind of even though there's a few rounds left, we're kind of into the really late end game here, and effectively I decided I need to. You still got powerful units who are going to be tough to get out of that center space, and if my fear is if you occupy it, for example, with the Minotaur has 6 health or 8 health.
8.
8, exactly. Yeah, right. So if you manage to get in there with the Minotaur, this is what was going through my mind here. I'm going to have to basically throw units at him to kill him. I know Tristan could potentially move forward and exhaust him, whatever, but then that's going to take a lot of time to do that. And then the other units are going to be chomping away whilst I'm focusing on 1 unit, and I didn't see that working out. So I thought if he gets in there, I don't think I can win. I think because I'll throw everything at killing him, and then you'll just wander in with another unit whilst my army, I'll decimate my own army by throwing stuff at your Minotaur. So right here now, I'm looking at my board and thinking, how can I stop that Minotaur from going into that center space now? And my options are basically twofold. I can move in with the swordsman, where you just kill him and occupy it. So that's completely worthless. That means you now occupy it with a free kill, and there isn't really another option. There is no way to stop you. So I had to get creative and try desperately to trick you into not standing in the middle.
So what's interesting here is we get to see how that plays out. Okay, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Here I'm a little worried about leaving the tactician alive and then having to use a really crucial move later on to deal with him, because he gives you a lot of versatility, and I was worried about him being alive. Having said that, the Manticore is much less utilitarian for this purpose than the Wyvern, because it doesn't have charge, so it takes 2 rounds to move and then kill a unit. And especially when it's adjacent to 1 thing on the far left, which means that even if it spends a round taking out that tactician, then if you move that swordsman, it's got like another round or 2 before it can move and kill anything else, and we're only 3 rounds from the end of the game. So it's a really expensive, threatening unit to just kind of be spending its time chomping up support units on the back line at this stage. So I think, possibly a mistake on my part. Not sure, because I don't know how much trouble the tactician would have caused if I'd left him alive.
So I go first next time at least, that's the only positive.
Yep, because you passed, I was last to act.
So on to round 4. Oh my god, we're actually going to play 2 rounds in an episode. Can you believe it?
I know, it's amazing, really. Well, it's your move to make, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. He's dead. That's just the way it is. And as much as that would kind of makes me in a way want to be like, well, I'll use the buff then. I don't think that buff's going to be useful this turn. And if I do that, then there's no this will happen whenever you fancy. So there's no reason. There's no. I don't think there's any benefit to that whatsoever. See, I don't think if you move in there, I don't think I can get you out. That's the problem. I do not think I can get you out. Well, I have an idea. I don't think it'll work, but it's going to look like a stupid idea, but it's because I've played out in my head what I think is going to happen. I think it'll short term look smarter to do the other thing, but I think it will lose me ultimately. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to buff him. Plus 1 damage.
I still go in with the Razormane here. We're now in the opposite of the opening of the game, where you want to like really prioritize guys that haven't acted, but now I'm kind of more interested in stalling to see what Chris does before, which is so funny how this arc of the game. So I'm actually going to attack straight into here because I'm more interested to see what Chris does with his remaining units. Than I am with prioritizing the guys, because my other attacks are sort of.
I feel like there's so much scope for viewers to be like, "You're an idiot. What are you doing?" It's so hard, man. It's really hard.
Now that's interesting.
We're at the stage where we're doing moves silently.
I don't know why you've done that. I can only think that you're trying to bait the Minotaur. And I don't know why you'd want to bait the Minotaur, because nobody else can attack him. So is it just about getting him out of position? We're at the point now, the Manticore has killed the Tactician, and you have advanced with your Priest in order to bait the Minotaur away from the center space. And I
remember you immediately say, what are you doing with it? I don't know what you're doing with this.
Yeah, I was very confused about this move.
And see what happens.
In hindsight, I think it probably was the best option for you there. But I was so worried about that Priest in the end game keeping Tristan alive and just healing him over and over again. So I was quite happy to take this bait. And again, I don't know if that was the right choice.
If I had another unit to do this with, obviously I wouldn't have done it with a Priest. The only other unit I guess I could have done was a Swordsman, but I needed the Swordsman to be capable of moving into that center space at some. I thought he'd be more valuable in the end scuffle over the center space. I needed an extra body, I thought. And also, I'm not entirely sure if you'd have taken the bait had it been the Swordsman.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've got the option of charging the Swordsman in E3 this whole time. So, and I didn't do that. So I guess I wasn't as interested in that. And I think it's because I knew that the Minotaur could charge and kill the Swordsman without repercussions. Because he does 4 damage and they have 4 health. Whereas the Priest represented a much scarier potential, which is to heal up to 4 damage off of Tristan, effectively giving Tristan, who's currently here on 7 health, 11 health, which I wasn't sure I could deal with.
I've also just remembered the other part of why I was so desperate to make that Minotaur move into this space. It was also so I could start the next round with Tristan next to him.
Yes, which you did, and I think that's... Yeah, Tristan, I'd sort of forgotten at this stage that starting next to Tristan is terrible and awful and really inconvenient.
Yeah.
And I think it takes me a good 2 rounds to figure out how to get away from that.
Yeah, so Tristan starting next to Minotaur I think is crucial, and Minotaur not occupying the center space at this point in the game is crucial to me. And like obviously I'm probably the worst person in the world to make this analysis of my own game. I actually think this priest move is my absolute move of the game.
I've done it.
I think it was my best tactical decision in the entire game.
So I actually him to go. I pass. I continue to pass. You're out of things, right? Yeah.
My primary concern here is not wasting the Minotaur and the Manticore, because I need both of those units to score this end goal as far as I'm concerned. If one of them dies, I'm in deep trouble. And that's why the Minotaur needs to keep 1 hex of distance away from the Swordsman, because if the Swordsman attack, even though it will die, it will reduce me to 4 health. And then the other Swordsman or Tristan could kill me without retaliation, and that's again sort of what I'm thinking about here. I need to be in that central space with all 8 of my hit points. If I'm going to secure it with the Minotaur, again, like I can also secure it with the Manticore. It's only got 6 health though, and although it returns damage, again, like I think between the two I have enough raw power to contest the space, but with just one of them, or even one of them on half health, I'm concerned that you can just beat them out of it.
So I disarm him with for free, basically. So just to remind everyone, as you might remember from a couple episodes ago, I use Arrest, which is target adjacent unit is disarmed. And I don't exhaust him if I didn't combine it with movement, which I haven't. Do you see what's going on now?
I had an inkling of what was going on.
Do you know why I moved him over there, basically?
I'm still not 100% sure, but we're going to find out in just a minute. But
maybe it was dumb, but I had a reason, which I will share with you later.
Fucking knew I should have killed Tristan.
When did you have the opportunity? Oh, instead of the knight. So the Ultra Knight.
I don't know, just at any point during this game.
But I don't think with the exception of maybe attacking him instead of killing the Ultra Knight, you didn't really have an opportunity to do a lot of damage to him ever.
Shit.
I just love it. I just love the reactions, the internal monologue we must be having.
The thing is, I think we've got to a stage of the game now where anything being given away is going to probably, be too critical. Okay. The Vesuvian Archer shoots Tristan.
But that hurts. So that's 2 damage, correct?
Yep.
So 1 off and 1 on.
And a burn token as well.
Should be a burn token as well.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. I would appreciate it to be a 1. Thank you. This swordsman's going to be 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Who do you think is going to win right now? Because I don't know. I'm not sure. I was convinced you were going to win for quite a while, but I think it might be in the balance now.
You shot Tristan with the archer, unfortunately, putting a burn damage on me. I managed to keep out of that archer's range pretty much the entire game, which was obviously well done and good. But the negative of that and your patience with not panicking and not just charging forward with the archer, being frustrated that he was kept out of range, was that now in the end game he became pretty important. Yeah,
definitely. A little bit of a problem for you, I think.
Yeah, I think big one, I think.
Meanwhile, I've got my troll priest here with 1 mana just dancing around, trying to essentially mitigate a potentially catastrophic arrest. Because I need the Minotaur to do damage, and of course when he's arrested he does no damage. And Tristan, Tristan can just keep on arresting him. And so good lord, I think actually I need to reconsider all of these eventualities I'm calculating in my head. There's actually only one sort of way for me to deal with this situation.
That's mental, because it's like, that's just something I hadn't even considered.
I have to leave.
Yeah, I never thought you'd do that. Which is so stupid. Why would I not think of that? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I actually took it. This is the third and best option. It took me a little while to arrive here, but I think this is the only thing I can do, actually.
I wonder if that's wonderful for you. If so, that's very good.
I think that, I mean, that's definitely kept me in the running, I think.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, that's really cool. If that's Oh, then do I leave as well? How to render this move like pointless? Not pointless, but yeah.
No, attack him.
No, I don't think I want to attack
him.
him.
Yeah, definitely attack him.
I don't think I want to attack him.
I think you do want to attack him. Look, he doesn't even return physical damage. It's fine. Imbued damage.
He doesn't return it, but I still take the 3.
Yep, that's fine. You can take 3 damage.
Then you can just shoot. Then you shoot with the arch and I'm dead. I think what I want to do is move here. I could also pass, but then you get to attack me, which next turn.
It's not about necessarily debuffing, it's not about necessarily removing the arrest debuff every turn. It's just about having that 1 mana there so that I can if I need to.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I'm just trying to run out the clock at this point. I think if it comes to a sheer, clash, full frontal assault of these two armies, my army's going to win. So I'm just saying at this point I'm just trying to run out the clock. Basically, I'm looking at the options of all the various potential paths, spider webs of potential moves that can happen. Of if I move here, if I move there, if I attack here, if I don't attack there, and trying to find one that will end with you not in the middle in a few rounds now.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things I was keenly aware as well is I've got these 2 endgame units that can feasibly control the yellow hex or contest the yellow hex at the end of the game, which is the Manticore and the Minotaur. So I'm trying my best to keep them alive. And the thing about the Manticore is that it can't kill the swordsman outright, where the Minotaur can. The Manticore only does 3 damage, so if it attacks the swordsman, it gets a 3 damage retaliation. That's half the Manticore's health done. So
attacking the Manticore was actually basically going to end up being a trade, effectively.
Attacking the Manticore was a terrible idea.
Yeah, exactly. And if I passed, then you could attack me, and that wasn't worth. The Manticore is not massively useful right now. Obviously, it becomes useful again. But leaving Tristan behind just to base an attack seemed foolish, because at this point I basically now I've got 3 decent units holding the center essentially, and you've got 3 units opposing and 1 in the rear, but the onus is on you to dislodge me and take the center. So I'm kind of at this point now just trying to turtle. And that's the kind of pathway to victory. That's why I started to see a pathway to victory. Because okay, now I just need to kind of hold this. I think we'll have to play on and see. I think I make another error, which we'll see.
No, I actually think if I take him out here and now, I actually think that loses me the game. I wonder if you were trying to be sly by planting that idea in my head.
No, I definitely don't have the wherewithal to be doing that, and I don't know if I would. I don't like to play these kinds of competitive games in that way. If you know,
I mean, I could be wrong, but I do think that does me in, because then you insta-gib him, right? Yeah. Just double checking, but yes, 100%. Unless you just mess up completely, killing him loses me the game. Fascinating, frankly. Absolutely fascinating. And so, I think the best thing to do is to arrest him.
Interesting.
I arrest him. So once again, that is because I didn't move and arrest. I just disarm him and do not exhaust Tristan.
So many charges in here.
Your speed at doing that concerns me. That I didn't see something. I didn't consider something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I think this is a really weird move. I think it's my only hope. Either I'm tactically brilliant or a fool. Because I think I'm going to do this and you're going to be like, what are you doing that for?
I don't know. I think... I don't think I'd have that reaction. Let's... I'm going to move your Troll Doctor off the board.
But I can do that.
Do you know who's been great this whole endgame? Razormane Manticore. It's so good and useful.
Well, he's actually... He's a big... I think he's going to be a player, though.
I think he could be.
Yeah, I think I gotta do this. I don't think it matters if I go here or here, frankly. Let's go here. Yep. I think he kills him, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, okay, actually, I see how this could happen. He attacks the swordsman.
I actually think I shouldn't have done that.
Well, let's find out. It's time for round 7, the final round.
What? I'm so tired. I'm looking for a 7 on this die. That's the greatest moment of comedy we've ever had, and it wasn't deliberate. It's 7. Goodness gracious me.
Well, it's your move first.
Is it? Yes, it is, because he did a thing. Oh, first time I haven't considered who's going first.
I can't believe how close this has come after all of this. Like, it's unbelievable, right down to the wire. You guys...
I think I'm going to arrest him again. Arrest a Minotaur, such a weird what a weird idea.
Yep. I mean, I feel like you were like one action short of actually winning this final round.
Oh, I know what you're going to do. I hadn't thought of it until now. Yeah. I think that's a GG. That's a really good GG.
Well, let's see. So I'm going to remove the arrest. No. Yes. I remove the arrest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of the two options. If I lose now, I'm going to be kicking myself when I go back over the previous option.
I think I know what the other thing you were going to do was, and the other thing is what I actually thought you were about to do. Yeah, that's GG, I'm pretty sure. Because I can exhaust you, but then you get to stay there.
Yeah, you need to get me off that position.
Yeah, no, it's over. So he attacks for 4 damage, which kills him, brings you up to 5. Oh, sorry, 3 damage. Yeah, sorry, no, you're right. And then it's over to you.
Yeah, and then the Minotaur has to attack Tristan.
Which kills both of us? No, it kills me.
It kills you.
Kills me.
But,
yeah, sorry.
And then actually that's game anyway. Because you're...
Yeah, it's a game anyway, yeah. Well played.
Well played, Chris. That was hard fought.
Yeah.
I've been hanging on to this nugget of mana the whole game.
I know, well, yeah, I was hanging on to his last one as well for quite some time.
And so you kill Tristan, and then the Manticore, who has spent the large portion of the second half of the game running around being late, accidentally wanders into the hill at the at the end of the game.
Wins it for me. But with the last action on the last round, the Manticore takes control of the yellow hex and wins the game. What's incredibly funny, I think, is that we actually forget to move it into the yellow hex, and it just sits there with one action left, because in true Manticore style, not quite doing what it's supposed to be doing.
He was late again. He subsequently has moved into that space. long time later, a few days later, he moved in.
Then we have a little bit of a conversation about the sort of the wrap up and stuff on the video, so we'll just let that play out. And to you, all of you at home, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of extra commentary, and enjoyed the game as well, or seeing the game played here. And this has helped you get some idea about how it works and what to expect from it. And this will be live on Kickstarter next week, I think. So check the description for links if you're interested in finding out more about the game. On with the video. That's what I mean.
I moved this guy just to the mage I wanted him to I wanted to be able to move Tristan next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And ideally it was actually just to kill him instead of the swordsman. So that was kind of a trap, I guess, that he fell for, which is nice, I guess, for me.
Well, I had...
I knew that the healing was basically worthless from that point on.
I don't know. I don't think so, actually. I think if you'd kept the healing to heal Tristan once I'd started damaging him,
perhaps
that could have been a real pain.
But then I wouldn't have had the swordsman. You kill the sword. Having the 2 swordsmen was so important.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. But I definitely think you were maybe like... Because the thing is as well, like once it gets... Because I know from sort of experience of my other 2 plays of this, that once it gets to this end game, it can get down like this. Because you were saying you don't think it would ever go to 7 rounds, but it can it can get to this point where, like, even though you're behind, you've got something I can't move or I don't have enough actions. Like, as the attacker, I really need to be focused on this. And I was deeply concerned when Tristan locked up the Minotaur over here, I would be put in a position where, you know, you'd arrest him or you'd keep him controlled, and the Manticore would not be able to deal with the swordsman.
Well, that was the idea.
Exactly, and I wouldn't be able...
It almost happened.
Yeah, it almost happened, and it's only... I mean, I think, yeah, that move with the Minotaur was super clutch, just getting him out of there.
Yeah. I think if you kind of tried to beat your head against that brick wall, you were going to lose. Absolutely mental. That was absolutely mental. Well, it was thoroughly enjoyable. That was so fun. Such good fun.
So I hope that's given you guys some insight into how it plays. There is, of course, a much bigger world of Legacy's Allure, but you can, of course, just get the core set and sort of play these 2 armies that you've seen here. This was the 80 points Blitz mode, so-called Blitz because the armies is predetermined. In the full competitive mode, you have twice as many cards, and you draft. You take turns drafting units from these selections that you bring, and there's additional heroes, and you're actually drafting the heroes' equipment as well, so you have some flexibility over how they're going to behave in the battle too. So that's a whole thing. So basically there's a lot to get stuck into if you're looking for some kind of like sort of head-to-head tournament style skirmishy game. In the competitive format, they're 50-minute matches with 25 minutes apiece on a chess clock, so it's going to be a case of getting to know those cards real well.
Yeah, I'd be interested to play it with chess clock. I think it'd be carnage.
So at the time you're watching these videos, this is probably live on Kickstarter or going live on Kickstarter imminently, so check the links in the description down below for information on that. But thanks everyone so much for watching, and if you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, and it helps us out a lot.
And like the video.
And put a thumbs up on the video. Just, you know, that's also free. I mean, you can put a dislike, but no one will see it, so why bother?
It's true. You don't want to get the benefit from dislikes.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you soon for the next video series.
Bye.
Hey.